so many times, how often do we say no thank you, right? Because the thing about no thank you is no thank you comes from a place of pride, right? It comes from a place of self-worth. No thank you is meaning I may not have everything, but I have enough of what's mine that I'm unwilling to compromise whatever it is, right? It's just a dumping ground. Like, hey, this is Western world, Africa, right? You've seen it where it's to a point where, like, commerce in general, people approach Africans with the notion that they don't know any better, and even if they didn't know any better, they would not say no thank you because there's something in there for them, right? That's the problem we face, man. Like what do you do about it? Right? So we have to be that. We have to be that outlet, right? We have to champion people to a point where, like, somebody's grandmother in Basse or Mansa Konko in Ketawan has the same level of access, like, to somebody who lives in Charlotte, North Carolina, or Seattle, right? It's 2019. Like, with technology, we should not be at a point where you live determines the quality of your life, right? Just think about it, because right now you can make a case that somebody with diabetes, somebody with high blood pressure, the fact that they live in Sukuta, right, for example, they are already at a predisposition to die sooner than somebody who lives in Atlanta, Georgia. When the same level of medication, same level of technology, same level of expertise is equally available, right? That should not only frighten people, but it should alarm people. And you know, there's like a fine line we always have to walk when it comes to, like, our faith. Like, the Gambian people, the African person is spiritual in nature. Like, we talk about it all the time where nobody introduced spirituality to us. Religion was one of those things that we said yes please to, right? But spirituality, like believing in something bigger than us, believing in a higher power, like, it works to our detriment sometimes when it comes to health, right? Because if you think about, like, healthcare services in general, having too much faith, it's always not a good thing, because then people live a life where they don't know what's going on in the inside. It's like somebody owning a vehicle and driving it 365 days out of the year without ever checking to see if there's water cooling, right? If the oil needs changing. At some point, the radiator will blow out. Like, at some point, the engine will catch on fire. It's the same system, right? We can't run on faith. These non-communicable diseases are not something that we run on faith. It's something that takes diligence. It's something that, you know, just think about how many people get amputated, right? Amputation should not exist in 2019, because that's always a sign that something's been wrong for so long, but nobody did their due diligence, right? So it's a cultural change, and that's what we want to represent, that change in culture, right? The change in mindset, the change of always knowing what's going on, you know, and the responsibility has to be on us. It has to be on a woman caring to know more about a patient, a future husband's health status, family history before they get married. Like, there's more things that mean more than just our status, what family we come from, what tribe we belong to. Like, we put so much energy into all these elements, but at the end of the day, every Gambian that dies prematurely is just that one person who died too soon for something that could have been prevented, right? So the journey is long and it's daunting, because we can expect it to be the easiest route, but, you know, it's the whole saying, it takes a village, right? If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So it's that constant mindset of, like, showing people that there's a better way, you know, showing them that there's value in being actively engaged in their health. And that's when you get to that break point. where now as a company we become the catalyst where people know like access to quality healthcare is a right. It's not a privilege, right? Somebody living longer or our children getting to know their grandparents is something everybody should aspire to have an opportunity to do, right? So it's bigger. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than me. We may not even see the fruits of what we do, like in our lifetime. But as long as by the time we get old, our humanity is on the same playing field, then we've accomplished something as a company, you know. And that's the stretch goal, right? That's the stretch.